Mark's part of our team, he does great things like this. So he's going to be doing a presentation, and then Tony and I are going to kind of add our couple of cents worth as we go through. So.
Well, first, look at that picture. Isn't that nice? I was yesterday in Argyle, and we had a blast. But I know we're squeezed for time here. I usually take about 45 minutes to an hour to run through this. We're going to condense it down into a 30-minute bit. And after going through the 11 laws, you got a pretty good idea where this is going to go. So, Robert was saying how people tend to overcomplicate the diet side of things, and there's really no need. Oh, I get the button pusher. Now I'm recording. Only you have the power. All right. Basically, what I'm going to do is condense this down into a nutshell, and we're going to keep it simple. All right, and I'm going to just kind of blast these up here real quick. I think I made this slide in 1973. Fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats. And by the way, the place that I learned this was from Tony. All I did was listen to the things that he had told me to do, and they worked.
He stole it and called it his own.
That's right.
It's all stolen information. But, you know, not like this is rocket science. I mean, if you eat just these things every day, every meal, that's it. You got to find ways to make it taste good, then you're done.
Yeah, you're not going to get fat eating any of this stuff. What's important, and we have this on Beachbody, so we're going to talk just a little bit quickly here on the club. Beachy's Ladder. How many people know what Beachy's Ladder is? Okay?
Wow.
That's not bad. That's pretty good. You can find that in the coach back office. And to make this in the simplest form ever, if you don't want to be a chemist and figure out calories and all that kind of stuff, it's broken down into 5 tiers, with 1 being the best and 5 being the worst. If you ate only from the top 2 tiers of Beachy's Ladder, you'd have a near-perfect diet. So the guesswork comes into this. You can see here's Beachy's Ladder up here in all of its infinite glory. It's broken down. Caloric needs calculator. You're going to use that also in the coach back office, and you're going to plug in your information. This has improved drastically, by the way, in just the last year. You can go in and say, okay, I'm doing P90X, and you're going to plug in your information. At the time, I was 39 years old, and Robert will highlight that. You can be my man over here, if you don't mind. 39, 6'1", I was 183 pounds doing P90X, and it takes some guesswork out. To maintain my weight,
he's a female, 2,450.
2,700 calories at that time to maintain, and 2,218 to lose. So you're looking at, typically, if you know where you need to eat as far as your caloric intake to maintain your weight, you want to go about 500 calories under that daily to lose weight, about 500 over. Would you agree with that?
That sounds about right.
All right. If you go more than that, either direction. People often think, all right, I want to lose weight, I'm going to eat once a day, and I'm going to eat 600 calories, and that's all I'm going to have. What's going to happen?
You're going to bonk. You're going to get hurt. Your body's going to start storing more fat and burning up more muscle. So you think if you deprive yourself, and you're also miserable, and you're never going to stick with that program because you're going to be so miserable. So, you know, I have to do the right thing, eat the healthiest foods, because when you eat healthy foods, they sustain you, they fill you up, they give you the energy and the desire to do the program. But when you do this, like there's a chapter, somebody told me recently, somebody was doing P90X and they lost about 100+ pounds. They still have another 40 to lose in their mind, and you know they're not eating enough calories, and they're exhausted. Who here in this room was doing whatever program it was, and you probably figured out that you were not eating enough calories, and you were just exhausted all the time? Anybody experienced that? You weren't eating enough food. You know, you look at P90X, the program shifts. The carbs, the fats, the proteins shift over the course of 30 days. But people on day 90 are still eating the same way they were eating on day 7. And you have to make those caloric changes and those, quality of your food changes have to be the whole time.
To piggyback on that real quick, if you're somebody that's doing P90X or any of the programs to lose weight, you want to recalculate your caloric needs for every 10 pounds of body weight that you lose, okay? Obviously, you don't need to take in as many calories. As you become more athletic, that whole thing kind of changes, but sticking to the basics to start with, recalculate for every 10 pounds you're losing, and you say, well, that's great, you know, I know how much I need to eat now, I know what kinds of foods I need to eat. Now you can use the meal plan, all right? I have the simplest meal planner ever on the planet, because I'm a single guy. If it doesn't involve putting it in a microwave and putting it in my mouth, I'm not really interested in it. So I have like my wild-caught salmon that comes in a vacuum-sealed bag. I take that out and throw it on a paper plate. 5 minutes in the microwave, ding, that's done. In goes the Bird's Eye Steam Fresh brown rice, 3 minutes, ding, that's done. Pour one onto the other, a little bit of salsa on there for color, and I'm a happy man. So For those that aren't into that, you have the meal planner here, and I'll let Robert talk a little bit about that.
And what's great about the meal planner is, like he says, this helps to take the guesswork out of what you have to do on a daily basis. Remember earlier, one of the 11 laws was have a plan? Because without a plan, you're just winging it, and you don't want to do that. And people always ask, you know, how do I get six-pack abs? How do I do this? And like Tony says, abs are made in the kitchen. And so what you have to do is you have to have a plan to get those six-pack abs. And this planner, or any planner, is a great tool to do that. And I'll tell you now, if you go into the Team Beachbody Club, which is where this is located, they have a P90X meal plan. So what's great about it is it's not just one cookie-cutter meal plan through the whole 90 days. It's going to adjust the first phase, the first 30 days, the second phase where you're going to increase some carbs and things and whatnot, and then the last 30 days. You're going to be able to do that. One of the great things about the meal planner here as well is that bada boom, bada bing, get your meals, do all this other stuff. Oh, click this button right here and it prints out a shopping list. And if it ain't on the list, it ain't in the cart, right? So that is probably the best way to have a plan. And if you do that and you stick to that plan, you will make the change.
And as you can see, it's all plug and play as far as putting your information in and going through it that way. All right? And I know I'm kind of going through this quick, but that's the basic meal plan. Now, you know what to eat. You know what you need to eat as far as types of foods. You have your meal plan put together. Well, one thing that I highly recommend, especially to people that are newer to this or that are struggling with this, these are two free websites, fitday.com and dailyplate.com, and I'm going to make the corporate head spin in the back too here in just a second. Beachbody currently does not have caloric tracking tools, all right? What these sites offer is the ability for you to enter everything that you're eating, and they have huge databases. It takes all the guesswork out of it. They give you a neat little pie chart on both of them that tells you your percentages of protein, carbohydrates, and fat. So if you're wanting to eat in the zone, you have that. It tracks your total calories, and I'm actually a paying member for a Daily Plate. It's $45 a year for a gold membership, and that breaks everything down. Your sodium intake, your fat, everything is dialed in. So if you're a little data freak like I am, you'll love that site as well.
And they also have apps for your iPhone where you can actually go and take a picture of the ingredients or take a picture of the barcode or whatnot, and then it'll come back and tell you exactly what you're eating or what you've got. And you can track your calories and everything on your iPhone as well.
Yeah. Yeah, the barcode, you can actually scan the barcode and it'll enter it manually for you as well, so you don't even have to think about it. And next, our products. And Tony, if you would like to talk anything about these?
You know, we've talked a lot about Shakeology, and how many people in this room are drinking Shakeology every day? Who is not? Who's brand new to Shakeology? Wow. You know, it's tough out there. You know, I'm the opposite of Mark. I'm not a tech geek. I'm 52 years old. I mean, I turn my iPhone on like once every 3 months just to see if it works. I got an app in there. It's called the, you know, how to shower app. I have no idea. I don't even know what that means, but, you know, so for me, you know, this is awesome technology, and if people are, you know, really want to dial it in, you know, in this way, it really helps you get maximum results because it's all right there. You know, like Robert said, you know, you just answer questions, you hit a button, it tells you what to buy, you eat that food, repeat. You know, I mean, that's pretty incredible. It's pretty easy. But me, I'm afraid of buttons, so I don't push them. I take the stairs. I'm even afraid of the elevator. It's weird. You know, but what I do is I just eat fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats, and I find ways to make those things taste good. So if it's not sweet enough, I put a little agave on it. If it's not, you know, flavorful enough, I just put salsa and hummus on everything. You know, I mean, I did that for lunch. This salad, I took all the veggies out and I put that on there, and that didn't taste very good. So I put some hummus on it, salt. You know what I mean? So you have to be creative that way. But, you know, the other thing, too, about the recovery, well, I'll go through this quickly, is supplements and food, meal replacement, obviously the Shakeology, that is the trick. And some people don't need all this. You don't need all of it. If you're struggling right now and you don't get healthy meals 3 times a day, this is magic. I mean, Shakeology really does fill in the gaps. And it gives you 70+ ingredients and they're all healthy. So, you know, put it in a glass, mix it up, put it in a glass, maybe add some strawberries or something in there or whatever, some almond milk or something. And it just tastes amazing. It's just, you know, I mean, somebody, like I said earlier, lost 30 pounds just from drinking something. So that's part of the equation. It's about the fitness too, and eating healthy foods and getting into that habit. But we have it all. You might not need it all, but it's here in case you do.
All right. How many of you out there have heard about the Shakeology 3-day cleanse? How many of you have done it? All right. I did this myself, and the reason that I did the cleanse, it wasn't so much because I wanted to lose weight. I'm very athletic, and I wanted to see what the impact would do for somebody that was fit. I ended up dropping 7.2 pounds in the 3 days, despite not wanting to lose weight. But what I noticed the most about this is how I felt inside. It was kind of a reset button for my food cravings and my food portions. When I came back to my regular diet after that, everything was tighter and more dialed in, and I felt satiated with lower amounts of food. On that end, I'm going to sound like a commercial here, where Melissa and Robert are selling 3-day cleanse packs here. You can buy them after the presentation. We'll have them in the back there. But I highly recommend them. For those that are struggling, if you hit a plateau, it's a great way to bust through it. It's also a great way to kickstart your way to get to rolling with Shakeology as well.
And one thing that you'll find out as well is some of the programs, some of the different programs from Beachbody have fast start weight loss programs. They're all of the new ones are starting to recommend the 3-day cleanse as your fast start weight loss program because it's easy, it works, but like I said, it's not a, I'm sorry, excuse my the graphics, it's not a colon below cleanse, okay? I mean, it's an active cleanse, so basically you're going to be able to do it and still work out. Now, should you be doing P90X or Insanity or some of these while you're doing this? No. But you're still going to be able to be active. You're still going to be able to do your exercises. You're not going to be laying in bed because you don't have the energy. So, I mean, it's fantastic. Melissa, she lost 6 pounds. I know there's some people who've lost 15 pounds in those 3 days. But like Mark said, it's like hitting the reset button. Your body's then able to absorb whatever you do next, and it's ready to go.
I did stick to doing P90X through the 3 days. All right. I'm going to give this question to Tony, and this is one that a lot of people have as well. You know, some people think I need to eat twice a day, 3 times a day. How often do you think people should eat, Tony?
All the time, all day. Keep eating, never stopping. But make them small. The traditional thing that we've all grown up with, 3 big meals a day, is killing us. It's killing us. So we have grown up in that culture, so it's really hard to break up your meals into 6 a day. So, you know, you eat a small breakfast, and then you get to eat another small snack between breakfast and lunch, and then you eat a small lunch, and you eat another small meal between lunch and dinner. And then after dinner, stop eating. You know, I mean, how many people sit there at night, at the end of the day, they're all stressed out and go through like 3 bowls of cereal before they go to bed? I know you are. So that's, you know, those are just little habits. We just think that we have to be deprived to lose weight, but in reality, you want to eat, 5 to 6 small meals all throughout the day. And, I get up, the first meal I have is still cut oatmeal with blueberries. That's it. Or I had, like this morning, they brought me up some egg whites with some salsa. That's it. And then I had a bar. I mean, I had these bars that I really like that I'm sure that Beachbody will soon be making. No, I mean, I've seen the new formula. They are going to do great. And so that's a meal replacement, right? So don't be afraid to eat, man. A lot of people are bonking because they're not eating enough food, and they're just eating 3 big meals, and that just makes you so tired. There you go.
Hey, Robert, is breakfast really that important?
Well, no. If you want to be fat and tired.
Who gets up in the morning and the first thing they have is a cup of coffee and that's it?
Wrong.
Oh. I love cancer. I love it. Right? Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Eat some oatmeal. Shut up. Like a big bowl of blueberries and strawberries. I mean, how gorgeous is that, right? That's a nice way to start your day. Nothing goes wrong there. So.
What's great is our bodies are so perfect in the way that they're made. And yeah, do that backflip.
Do it.
Anyway, our bodies are made so perfect, and just think of your metabolism as a campfire.